Kabuhay Manila, this is Aishadel from ManilaShaker.com. We are back again with a gaming review, but this time to the newest entry-level smartphone from Xiaomi. This is the Redmi 9T. Now I know a lot of you heard that this phone is only cost 6,990 pesos. A pretty cheap phone, but let's see if it is capable of gaming and if the battery surely gives satisfaction. First of all, Redmi 9T or Redmi 9 Power for the Indian market is equipped with a Snapdragon 662 chipset, and unlike other gaming chipset with G on their name, this chipset was not made for pure gaming, and the GPU speed of the Adreno 610 is at lower 600 MHz. But this chipset is best for battery efficiency and it meets the minimum requirements for the games that we will test. But you have to expect that this is an entry-level device. Well, the specs are quite unbelievable. It is backed with a huge 6000 mAh battery. It boasts a 6.53-inch IPS LCD with Full HD Plus resolution. Our configuration on this device is 4GB plus 64GB, and it runs in Android 10.0 with MIUI 12 on top. It also has 48 megapixel quad camera, and lastly, it has dual speakers for enhanced gaming experience. Now first, we will start as usual with 100% battery, and we will run the game in Game Turbo located in the app drawer. First, here are some benchmark scores. Now the first two games are RTS games. Let's see the Mobile Legends first. We don't have HFR mode, which is quite a bit disappointing, but we are running at 30 FPS in high settings, and the game seems pretty fine. There are no frame drops, it is just a bit jittery because of the lowered frames. It is not smooth, but it is stable. Even we encountered team fights, there are no hiccups, just a constant 30 FPS with 100% stability. Also, I'm very sorry that we are playing only in AI mode because I don't have any credits yet to play in casual mode. We are testing my account many times on other smartphones off cam. However, as you can see, it is playable. Next is League of Legends Wildrift. We tested two settings. First, with the recommended settings, which is balanced with 30 FPS. The game works well on the device. Even the game itself tells that it is in 31 FPS or so, but we recorded 30 FPS at 100% stability. Playing Wildrift in 30 FPS is acceptable and very playable, but not smooth. Good thing though, we can bump it up to 60 frames, and as we expected, it is still okay. The game is now smooth. It did lose some stability but only 1%. It is now 59 FPS with 99% stability. Even team fights, it is smooth with no frame drops. And if you ever encounter drastic frame drops, you can easily lower the quality settings and other effects settings as well, but as you can see in the balance mode, it is smooth. So it can be as more stable at 100% if we lower the graphics settings. Next two games are FPS games. First up, Pubg Mobile. Our recommended settings is smooth plus medium, but we can bump it up to high. But we cannot choose high graphics at the moment, so we are sticking with smooth plus high frames, which is 30 FPS. Now here we can now see the difference in the performance since Pubg Mobile is a graphic intensive game. There are some hiccups when landing, but not that much as it loads the graphics, and after some roaming, the game stabilizes on its own, but the frames only hitting 29 FPS at the moment with 96% stability. The game is pretty playable. I can aim at 30 FPS and I can kill, but not for competitive gaming. Nonetheless, the game works well. And as you can see, we are using the Game Turbo overlay to open some apps and test the multitasking capability. Somehow, the game dropped to 20 to 25 FPS while the app is on the screen. But the phone still handling those two apps running simultaneously. Redmi 9T can multitask thanks to the 4GB of RAM, and for the 6GB RAM variant, I bet it will have more stability as it has bigger memory. Next game, Call of Duty Mobile. All settings are available but with high frames only or 30 FPS. We are in high plus medium frames, which is 25 FPS, but we don't want to lower the frames in FPS games, so we bump it up to high. Right now, the game is stable with 29 FPS average at 97% stability. I encountered some drastic frame drops when the explosion starts to animate. But if we lower the quality settings, we will get more stability. Competitive gaming on Call of Duty can be achieved if you are good enough at playing with 30 frames. But within its price point, it is more like an acceptable device. And for hardcore gamers, well, I bet you will want 60 FPS for the smoother flicker shots. I mean, what can we complain? I can still kill though, and I still enjoyed the game. Now these games from MiHoYo developers are only a showcase as these two resulted in frame drops, even at very low quality settings. But consider the fact that it can still run and I can still enjoy the game, or you can still try the game, it is quite impressive on its price point. And if you have perseverance, well, you can still play these games casually but not for competitive gaming. For Genshin Impact, you will get more frame drops than stable gameplay even all effects are turned off. If you want to play Genshin Impact, we suggest getting at least a mid-range device to play it smoother. So after 2 hours and 40 minutes of screen time, we still have 74% remaining on our juice. This is by far an impressive and most outstanding battery performance in an entry-level phone so far with 1080p resolution and dual speakers at max volume. Overall, these are the results of our battery tests, including the charging test. Again, for the price of 6,990 pesos for 4GB variant and 7,990 pesos for 6GB RAM variant, this phone surely a bang for the buck. It has a unique look, the performance is acceptable for the price, and that performance gives decent gaming. And even it struggles to run other graphic demanding games, it still has the power as we play in 1080p native resolution, and the numbers of the specs are really impressive. Of course, the 6,000 mAh battery is the greatest deal here. So for us, for just 6,990 pesos, it is a good deal and a worthy buy. And that's the Redmi 90, a cheap entry-level phone. We will have a comparison, but comment down below which phone you want to compare to this. So if you like more of these type of videos, please click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you won't miss any of our latest uploads. Also, don't forget to visit ManilaShaker.com for more tech news, reviews, and comparison of the latest device. Once again, this is Shadel and Mabuhay, Manila!